All right, we're back, and we'll stay on the topic of golf. First of all, you know, I'm a Tiger Woods fan. I know you guys enjoy Tiger Woods. Has been struggling lately. We have Rory McIlroy, who kind of emerged the last few years, kind of struggled this season. But now there's supposed to be a huge event, an exhibition match between Rory and Tiger. It's supposed to take place in China in late October. It's interesting. I guess you have the past against the future, so to speak, in terms of golf. But will you guys watch that one-on-one event?
You know what, the game of golf, whether it be the marketing, whether it be the TV branding of the game of golf, they're pushing so hard to get Woods back in the spotlight, even though his game's not what it used to be. And this is just a proof of that. They want to push him into the spotlight in this one-to-one competition in China just to get a little bit of money off Mr. Woods, because when Woods was hot and he was playing and he wore the red shirt on Sundays and he was winning tournament after tournament after tournament, that's when the viewing audience was through the roof. They want that again.
Yeah, I don't really golf much. I'll support charities like our local Women of the Wagons charity when it comes to golf. But, you know, Tiger Woods, you know, for me as a non-golfing fan or not really watching golf, I used to watch Tiger Woods. You'd hear about it. I think when he went out of golf for a while, that definitely hurt the game. You know, we talked about it earlier. It's like Andy Fantus, formerly with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. A lot of attention now. He's kind of flying under the radar. So, am I going to watch it? That day I'll probably be deciding to watch golf or watch paint dry. It's it's not really interested.
I guess, would you guys consider this just a gimmick by those, I guess, the heads of golf really wanting, like you say, they want to milk this for what it's worth?
Yeah. They did this a few years ago, him and David Duval, and David is exciting as watching grass grow. David has no personality at all, and they added him with Woods. And I don't know what the viewing audience was, but whenever you put Woods on TV, they think they're going to get something out of it. I'm not, you know, I'm like Brian. I'll probably just fall asleep watching it anyway.
All right, well, we'll move on to the CFL. We're almost at the halfway point. Been an interesting season, to say the least. Both sides, on the East and West. We'll start off with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Edmonton Eskimos. What grade would you give them?
I'd give Saskatchewan, I believe they're 3 and 4. You got to go with a D. Edmonton Eskimos 4 and 3, probably a C. You know, the BC Lions right now, the class of the league, and you know, to me, the talent right now in the CFL and some of the chemistry, like we talked earlier about Durant and Fantus at one time, they had that chemistry. There just doesn't seem to be the chemistry with a lot of the teams right now. Lule, with you know, the players that he has there seem to be firing, but
Lule with everybody, basically.
With everybody, really. And even at quarterback, you know, outside of Lule, the talent at quarterback is lacking. You know, in Montreal, Anthony Cavillo, great quarterback, but right now it's, you know, his time is done, and no disrespect to him, but yeah, it's I give those guys a C.
You really see that? I don't know. Well, I look at Henry Burris, and he's putting up career numbers at what, 36, 37 years of age?
Well, but Henry can be hot, and then the next day, where did he go? You know, one of those kind of players. I think I agree with Brian. I think the Riders are a D. They're a young, inexperienced football team. Keep on making a lot of mistakes, not penalty-wise, but just simple miscoverages. You see that a lot of times in the defensive secondary in BC on the weekend. And as
with all due respect, that offense didn't really help out the defense at all, because they put them behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
A lot of, like you said, the interceptions, or at least pinning them deep. They had a lot of great red zone chances.
But
BC did.
Durant was really overthrowing a lot of his passes. On top of that, he looked like a rush quarterback, even when he wasn't rushed, because of that. You know, a lot of times during that game, his offensive line and some rookie positions were letting the defense come through and getting free shots at Durant game time and time again. I think the Riders are a D, and the Eskimos, considering what they have at quarterback, they're probably, I say, a C plus, maybe even a B, because they're actually a lot better than they should be.
Well, you know what, they have that great defense, and you know, like I said, Stephen Giles picking things up. He's played very well recently. Let's move on to at least the NHL and the CBA. Obviously, a lot of talks. They're supposed to meet up again this week. Doesn't look good, especially what happened last week when they kind of tabled the offers. It doesn't seem like they're that far apart, but the way things are going, do you think the season will start in time, or do you think there's going to be a delay, Brian?
I think there'll be a delay. This whole thing is getting ridiculous. You see it in the NHL now. We've seen it before. NBA, baseball. It's just getting ridiculous about, you know, the whole CBA. And now you've got GM signing players for $6 million or whatever the case may be, right? Some ridiculous numbers. So I think there's going to be a delay, and you know, for me, I'm asking the question, what are we going to be watching? Last time when hockey was out, poker came online. Everybody's watching poker, so, you know, maybe get a pool going to see what the sport's going to be this time.
So they gave a deadline of September 15th. That's what Mr. Bettman gave. If they don't have an agreement by then they will be locked out.
Yep.
And Gary Bettman said the NHL Players Association did not really come back with a counteroffer. They came back with a proposal. I don't really like that terms. And I got a bad feeling we could be locked out come September 15th and may not see hockey until December.
Well, you know, and as long as there's hockey eventually, I think the biggest fear is if they have another lockout, that's a serious, serious blow to the NHL in terms of money. They've already went through this bad situation in 05. You know, we obviously saw how that hurt the NHL. They're starting to slowly get back to it. This would cripple them for
Well,
sure.
it's going to cripple them, not necessarily here in Canada, because we're stupid. We'll keep on coming out to hockey in Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Toronto. But it's the places down in the States, places like Florida, places like Tennessee, that, you know what, if they're away from the game of hockey for 3 or 4 months, they'll pick up something else, and they could care less when they come
And
back.
if they want to pay us, the CPCA, $6 million, we can extend chuck wagon racing, and everybody can watch us.
Well, you know what? There's an alternative. There we
There
go.
we go.
So
Winter chuck
never
wagons.
mind
Right.
poker. We got the CPCA and the
Right,
chucks.
we'll help them out.
We'll quickly move on to Scott Hartnell signing a 6-year deal. You talk about all these GMs signing the players for long-term deals. Signs a 6-year deal with the team, $28.5 million. Good signing, impact signing for Philly?
The dollar value, you know, I'm not really sure the value when it comes to it, but, you know, signing Scott Hartnell in general for Philly, I think a great move for Philly. He's, you know, fans like him. He makes an impact on the ice, and for them, strategy-wise, PR-wise, probably a good move.
He's a perfect flyer. You know, nothing against Nashville, the team that drafted him, but, you know, he fits perfectly into the Flyers. He's like a little rugged. He has a great personality, great character on and off the ice, and tough, and he's great in the power play. Put up some incredible numbers this past season, so I think it's a great signing for Philly, and I think he's found a home in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's still in his prime, so he can only go up. So that's obviously a good sign for Philadelphia, signing a guy to a long-term deal, along with Wayne Simmons, who also had a career year himself. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more Gloves Are Off.